Welcome to the first day of USA's Instant Reaction FloTrack podcast. Thank you for tuning in. I'm literally like 3 blocks away from the stadium. I ran here out of the mix zone. Kevin is still in the mix zone getting some interviews with the men's 400-meter runners. But what we thought would be the most boring day of track and field probably is going to be probably the one of the more exciting days of the 4 days. Now, obviously, we're going to have some great finals on Saturday and Sunday. Can't wait to cover that. And people's lives are going to be changed forever when they make their first team. People's lives will be changed forever when they don't make the team. But today felt like a formality day, right? We were just, it's heats. It's prelims. You're just going for it. You know, you get to the start line, go through the first round. We're getting ready for the finals. That's what I thought every day was going to be like. But we did not get that. We had some kind of little bit of some chaos go down on the track. And we got to start with it. Number one, Shakira Richardson. Shakira Richardson. Okay. First, let's talk a little bit about the race itself. Gun goes off. She was not in it after the first 20 meters. This wasn't got nipped at the line. Oh, it just kind of fell apart in the final 40 meters. This race was over in the first 20, 25 meters. And then I was thinking, all right, maybe she's had a bad start. It happens. Rust, first race, you're going to have a bad start. She's clearly going to come together in the 30 to 60 range and get back up with the leaders. But no, didn't even make any attempt to close that gap. It was all she wrote. And then we're like, okay, she had a bad race. That happens. She's going to get in on, she's going to get like the second Q, the third Q, or dare I say it, like an at-large time. But no, doesn't even get a small Q. Doesn't even get the opportunity. She was eliminated right after that race. Like the race happened and there was no like wait and see for the next race. It was all she wrote in 11 seconds. Shakira Richardson, once again, not making Team USA with a buildup of everyone expecting her, including myself, including Kevin, including a lot of people all over the world. I mean, people may hate Shakira Richardson for all the other stuff, but I think they all expected her to at least make the team, right? They expected her to at least be top 3 in the U.S. We're not even talking about her versus Jamaica. We're just talking about her being in the top 3 in the U.S. She couldn't even do that. Let's bring up the results of what heat was she in. She was in heat 3. So let's zoom in on those results. Heat 3. She didn't even have a hard heat. Like her heat was not some like, whoa, death heat. It was a winnable heat. It was a cruise heat. So Tamari Davis won the heat. Jenna Prandini, who's great. She's an Olympian. She actually got the spot that Shakira had back at the Olympics. Shania Collins, Jada Baylark. I mean, Shakira Richardson, you're on an 11:31. You're getting 5th, 23rd overall. So, all right. Okay, you have a bad race. It happens. Obviously, you don't want your bad race to happen during the World Championship qualifying race like USA's. But, people have been eliminated in the first round of playoffs before. It happens. So you're like, okay, what do you want to do? You want to ask her what's going on. How do you run 11:31 in your opening round of the women's 100? How does that happen when you just literally went toe-to-toe with the Leah Hobbs like 2 or 3 weeks ago? So I was like, all right, just come through the mix zone. And we're going to play right here. This was Shakira Richardson in the mix zone. Can we play audio, Colt? I don't know if we can play audio, but no audio, but I can just do the audio for you. All I did was I said, Shakira. I just said her name like 5 times. Completely ignores everyone. She's like in that, it looks like she's in her drive phase of a sprint, passing the media. And while you only see like a 10-second clip there of Shakira dodging the media, this was like set up. I saw her So they walk through it. They have to walk by the virtual media area, which whatever, skip that, who cares? And then she waited. She was like kind of stalking because she knew she had to cross this river of media line and not talk to us. So she's waiting. She had one of the USATF officials kind of be her, offensive lineman and like kind of block out because she was the running back, block out all the media. And she timed it on purpose. She's like, okay, I got to ignore them. I got to figure it out. I got to pretend like they don't exist. And she flaked. And I'm going to press this. I'm a huge Shakira Richardson fan. I don't think she's the fastest woman in the world. Clearly, it's Jamaicans, and I never said that. Maybe I said that once last year, but I regret it. But like, come on. You got to at least say, I screwed up, or whatever, or like, hey, it wasn't my day, or like, say like a 30-second quote. Just give something like, oh, yeah. But to just completely ignore, it's like, come on. You're going to be paid. You're paid to like be an athlete, and people want to know what's going on. There's millions of Shakira Richardson fans out there who want to know why you had a bad race. They want to know. They're like, oh, but you chose to not take the platform and tell people why they had a bad race. So anyway, that's Shakira Richardson for you. I am surprised, but I guess I should now not be surprised. But she's good enough to make a world final. And then she runs 11:31 in the first round of the USA's. Makes no sense. I don't know. Chat, what are you saying? What's the chat saying? I'm sure the chat's going wild right now. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of fun time going on in the chat. But, I mean, I see a fun. What's this? Someone said, Beef Boy said, Gordon's going to hand time the race and say it was 10:3. Yeah, no, I'll put more like a 10:2, maybe. No, I'm kidding. Hey, Shakira had a bad day, and she made their day worse by just like dodging the criticism, or not even criticism. No one in the media is going to be like, why did you suck? They're just going to be like, what happened? And then you can say what happened. But Shakira Richardson continues to find ways to turn non-performances into performances and finds a way to turn an 11:31 into the most interesting thing of the meet. And takes away, obviously that women's 100 is going to be good. I mean, Aaliyah Hobbs ran well. Tanisha Terry ran well. Tamara Clark had a good race. So Team USA is still going to be fine. Like, we're still going to have a good team. But, Shakira's talent is just not being used right now. It's not being used. And it's a bummer. I'm sure she's upset, right? But I'm upset. I thought she was going to win. Now I look stupid. But it's all right. I'm okay with looking stupid. People were tweeting at me how stupid I am. But, hey, can't get them all right. Am I right? Can't get them all right. But, yeah, that's Shakira Richardson. We'll see if she runs a 200. If I'm a betting man, I think she doesn't even show up for the 200. I bet she's on the first flight home tomorrow morning, if I had to guess. But I could be wrong. If she's in the 200, it would be great if she made the team, because that'll be a wild weekend for her to go from 11:31 to making a 200 team that probably has two of the best 5 women in the world, and Abby and Gabby. So we'll see what happens. But Shakira Richardson doesn't make the semifinals of the USA's. It's crazy saying it out loud. But that wasn't the only crazy thing that happened. We had we had some fast times. I'll get to Fred Kerr a little bit later, but on the men's mid-distance side, Cole Hawker, Olympian, 6th best runner in the world last year, doesn't make it out of the first round of the men's 1500. He was 6th in his heat. Cole, if you scroll down to the bottom, you can see the individual heats. He was in the first heat, and he doesn't get the big Q. It was a good heat. It had Yara Nagus, it had Vincent Sietti, but freaking Cole Hawker, man, he was in control. It looked like he was cruising. It looked like it was a formality. He's like, all right, stay in the front. It's kind of, we look at him as potentially having like a Centro-esque race style, controlling the race. And then he just got burnt in the final 50. He didn't have it. The wheels fell off. He had no backup plan. And then 5 men just waltzed right by him in the final 50 meters. there was a chance potentially that he would make the final because the second heat, which Cooper Tier was in, went slow. Third heat, there was a potential. And we were interviewing, we'll bring up this, we were interviewing Cooper Tier during that third heat. And Cooper, talking about why he's doing the 1500, saying, hey, you got to take any chance you can to make a team, which I think he will. I think he's going to win. But halfway through the interview, we asked him about what do you think about Cole Hawker having a bad race. He was like, yeah, it's crazy. I had to flush it out of my mind to focus on my own race, but he ran fast enough. He'll get in on time. And then at the end of the interview, we revealed to him he's not in. And then Cooper Tier was kind of like, ooh, he was kind of shocked. He was like, whoa. But then he, recalibrated and says he still believes in Cole Hawker, 5K chances, but I don't know. I mean, Cole, something was wrong. Something was up. The wheels fell off his legs and he wasn't able to put it together. And it's kind of wild because Cooper Tier and Cole Hawker were the clear 1-2. They were the clear separation, even separate from Yard and Goose. I mean, they've been having a great indoor season. Cole Hawker was attempting world record attempts in the mile, American record attempts. They're doing the 4x mile together in Eugene. All this stuff going down for Cole and Cooper, and for only one of them to make the final was just kind of shocking. But then again, that's what's crazy about the 1500. Anything can happen in a 1500, especially in the rounds. Greatness can be defeated, and that's what happened here. But some greatness survives, like Cooper Tier. He survived. Sam Prakel, he survived. Paul Ryan, not the congressman, but the runner. I'm sure he's heard that joke way too many times. Made it. And this is what's great about the men's 1500. Not great, but only 3 men have the world standard in the men's 1500 final. Cooper Tier, Yard Nagus, and Johnny Gregoric. So odds are that's going to be our world championship team. Gregoric making another team, kind of wild. Thought his career was going sideways, but now he's found a way to repath it back here, and now he's going to be on a team that we thought Cole Hawker would lead. But now Cole Hawker is going to be preparing for the 5K. And that makes that 5K more interesting now, because Hawker is going to have a lot of reasons to make that 5K team. And that team, Grant Fisher's there, Paul Chalima. We'll get into that later on as we preview that event, probably Saturday night or something. But anyway, Cole Hawker not making it. Surprise level of Cole Hawker not making the final was probably 9 out of 10. Shakira not making the final, probably 8.5 out of 10. So that's a shocking thing there. But let's not be negative. Let's not talk about people not making finals. Let's talk about the performance of the meet. This might be performance of the entire, I can maybe project this might be the best performance throughout the entire weekend. Fred Curley runs 9.83 in the prelim. Let's just look at the heats. Let's just show why this is crazy, because Trayvon Bromell wins his heat in 10-1. Christian Coleman wins his heat in 10-0 high. Brandon Carnes and Kenny B win their heats in about 10-1. So all the elite guys are running 10-1s in this first round. Again, that's 3 rounds. All the elite guys in heats 1, 3, and 4 are running 10-1s. Fred Curley's like, nah, this is 10-1s. I'm not into these 10-1s. You other guys, you do 10-1s. I'm going to run the world's fastest time in my first round. He runs 9.83. His start was wild. His start, it looked like he was able to go 5 steps in 2 steps. It was insane. He had probably a 5-meter lead by meter 20. Think about that. 5-meter lead by meter 25. That's insane. Then he held it, and it clearly the time reflected what he did. Runs 9.83, fastest time in the world. I'm trying to the men's 100 has been kind of who's got it. We were thinking about Jacobs and Curley. They were kind of going there back and forth. Well, actually, at first it was Jacobs and Coleman because of the World Indoors. We had that. Then we're like, all right, advantage Jacobs because he got that centimeter lean over Coleman. But then you're like, all right, Coleman moving to the 100. Watch out for Curly. Curly's kind of running a little fast early. That's exciting. But then Coleman is kind of having a weird race. Trayvon Bromell is doing well in his other races. So you're kind of like, all right, who's really going to own the throne? Who's going to be the guy? Fred Curly's the guy. Fred Curly is that dude. 9/8 in the first round of 3 rounds is like Usain Bolt level stuff. I don't even think Bolt would do that. Bolt doesn't even run 9/8 in the first round of 3 rounds. I know if Curly has a bad final, we're all going to be like, oh, you shouldn't run 9/8 in the first round. But I think Curly's out to be like, no, bro, I ain't leaving nothing up for chance. I don't care if it's the first round of, the first round of the first round of the first round. I'm running 9/8 in my sleep, and it gets me excited because I do think Bromell, I do think Coleman, I do think those guys are going to be able to challenge Curly, and I do think it's going to be great because either Curly's going to run either further away from them or Coleman and Bromell are going to push Curly to run even faster. But final's going to be good. If 9/8 is what we're getting in round 1, I think we might get a 9/7 at least. 9/6? Maybe? Dude, if Curly runs 9/6 tomorrow, oh boy. Oh, I want that to happen. All right. Operation 9. All right, I'm calling it right now. Dear Fred Curly, you're not watching this, but if someone else is watching this, tell Fred, tweet at him. You're going to run 9:69 in the final. You're going to run and world's going to explode. Metaphorically, of course. 9:69 for Fred Curly is what I'm calling right now. I love it. I picked Bromell to win the race, but now after watching this, I mean, I can't change my pick. Still think Curly's, making the team. At the end of the day, this is just the first round for Worlds. But, man, Curly, 983, incredible. Can't wait to see him in the final. Calling it 9:69. Let's see it happen. Now it's a PB, I think, for Curly, too. It's a PB, which is kind of crazy. I thought his PB was faster, but it makes sense because Curly's only been running the 100 for like 2 years. It's wild. Anyway, Fred Curly, performance of the weekend, calling it on a Thursday night. 983 in a first round of 3. Other performances that we're kind of keeping an eye on. Donovan Brazier, who I called the sleeper in the preview pod. Kevin did not like that analogy, but I liked it. Donovan Brazier, man, I didn't think we would get what he got. I don't think he thought he would get what he got. Maybe he did. I did speak to him privately before the race on Wednesday. Asked him about, man, how you feeling? Because he has the bye. He doesn't need to really perform over these 3 days. He's kind of just feeling out his Achilles injury. Goes out there, runs the fastest time of the prelims, runs 146. Looked like he was jogging. Looked like he was cruising. Try to get him to tell us if he's going to run the second round. He says he wants to. He says he's feeling good. I have a feeling he's not. I have a feeling maybe he runs one more, but I feel like his coach, Pete Julian, is going to say, hey, man, you showed enough. You showed you can jog 146. That's what we need from you 3 weeks from now at World Championships. So it got me excited because Donovan running 146 cruising, I've been shitting on the 800 mainly because Donovan hasn't been healthy, but now I'm seeing a potential healthy Donovan. I think Donovan might become the favorite for Worlds if he just runs one more race, runs another 146 out there tomorrow, and then Donovan is going to be my favorite, which would be great. And it's exciting because it feels like it's been forever since we've seen peak Donovan. I mean, kind of has. We haven't seen his peak fitness since fall of 2019. In 3 years. It's been wild. So big performance from Donovan Brazier. Looked good. Also in the men's 800, everyone pretty much that we thought qualified. Clayton Murphy looked good. Bryce Hoppel looked fine. No big surprises, I felt like. Brandon Miller was there. Eric Sawinski looked fine. Man, if Eric Sawinski makes a team, that'll be wild. Isaiah Harris looked good. Isaiah Jewett actually looked really good. I was not expecting Isaiah Jewett to look that good. He did. So no other big surprises in the 800. Mainly just seeing like, okay, Donovan is healthy, and that's great. Gotta love it. I'm happy when the best are the best. It's fun. That's why, not to circle back, that's why it sucks seeing Shakira not. I mean, the chat. I know there's a lot of people from the Caribbean and the Jamaican area who love to shit on Shakira Richardson, but would you rather Shakira be knocked out in the first round of USA's, or would you rather get to race, have your favorite athletes race her at the World Championship final? You know, let's be honest. Shakira versus Jamaicans would be a lot more fun to watch than the Jamaicans versus the world. I'm just saying. Not that Shakira wouldn't beat them. It's not about that. It's just fun to see. You want to see the rivalry. But I get it. I love it when the teams I hate lose in the first round. So a loss is a loss. Anyway, what else happened? Women's 800 was pretty much chalk. Don't really need to preview much about. We'll kind of dive more into the women's 800 after the semifinals. I think Mo looked fine, looked great. She kind of had a big lead. It kind of lost it a little bit, but it's the first round. The big three are all going through. Other notable. Was there someone behind me? Oh, look at this, Kevin.
Can I join the pod?
You can join the pod.
All right. Hey, Colt, how's it going?
We got I just got a text from Kevin saying, coming to you. Here he is. We'll do a widescreen. Hopefully the audio is still good.
Yeah. I can't hear myself. Hello, YouTube. I'm back from the track.
Did I miss anything?
No.
Okay.
Michael Norman. Did you watch Michael Norman?
No, I didn't watch any of the 400s.
44 high. Looked pretty good. Elijah Godwin got through. He won his heat. Norwood won his heat. I didn't get a chance to ask him what is Michael. No, wait. What is it? Is he Tony McCoy? Yeah, I didn't
or LaShawn Merritt.
Yeah. I didn't get a chance to do that, but Norman looked pretty good. Randolph Ross won his heat too. So
was he wearing a Tennessee jersey?
He's wearing A&T.
Okay.
And then I was like, "Are you for sure Tennessee?" And he's like, "TBD." So we don't know.
Oh,
we don't know.
Changing it up.
Yeah. Anyway,
what I talked about Shakira, talked about Curly, I talked about Donovan, I talked about.
You got the updated
Hawker.
Donovan news?
What's the update? He's not running?
Yeah. Per Kyle Merber, who was in the Wix Zone with us, just basically now the Woj of track media. It took him 15 minutes to get scoops. So shout out Kyle.
He's not running.
He's not running the semi.
Okay, yeah.
He's not running the semi.
I kind of
which makes sense. Yeah.
$46.
What else? Did you talk about Cole Hawker?
Yes.
Okay. So you covered it all.
I covered the meat.
Guys, this has been a great episode.
We don't even I mean, do we need to host in the podcast? No, what other results?
Did I lose my job?
You might have lost your job. Talking about the men's 100, steeple, Evan Jager.
Yeah, so interesting. I'll give you a little interesting Jager anecdote, right? Because he does on standard, needs a standard. Put on a little burst if you're watching the last 200, because he thought maybe I can get it. Maybe I can.
What
get
is
it
the semis?
It's 22, I think. Just missed it.
She just missed it.
Yeah, I think it's 8:22. So I said, hey, are you going to try to push the pace in the final? Because this isn't a situation we've ever been in, but what's the value in getting third if it's slow? Now, steeple races are normally pretty honest, so it's not a likely outcome. But he's like, well, I've never really done that, and like I feel like if I do lead, I'm not going to finish in the top 3. So he's in sort of that. He has that dilemma facing him, but I think he's just going to kind of go with the flow and hope it gets to that pace. So
the thing is, Jerry Schumacher is notorious for letting people be top 3 without the standard. That happened. Thompson happened to Woody Kincaid.
Yeah. So, but that's not. We can't pin this one on Jay Schumacher. Evan's been banged up, and then he had horrible weather at Portland Track Festival. He said he feels like he talked about he was losing to John Gay a bunch, but he thought John Gay's like in a 8:18 shape or something like that, and he was a couple seconds behind him. So he feels like he's in shape enough to do it.
So John Gay was his litmus test.
He was a barometer, basically. But the weather was so bad that
pace is behind Gay, like John Gay pace.
Yeah, units of measure.
Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, Mahalski qualified, Bohr, Ehrlich. It wasn't anything too. I mean, it's a steeple prelim. My guy Bernard Keeter, who you said is not gonna make the team. I didn't even talk to him in the mix zone because I didn't want to disrupt his rhythm. right?
Yeah.
I said, let's just let this guy go through. I want him straight to recovery. You didn't have to answer my stupid questions.
Speaking of our picks, I picked Isaac Updike to make the team. He's a DNS.
DNS.
Colt, could you go to the
Oh,
can you go to the FloTrack Twitter? Do you have something you want to say?
well, speaking of, Cherry was a DNS too. And I don't know if he got a waiver.
Who?
Michael Cherry. In the quarter, he's listed as DNS.
Somebody got a waiver?
So I don't know if everybody was following the Dalilah Muhammad news yesterday. She scratched out of both events because she said she was dealing with a minor hamstring injury. And then USATF had to clarify, well, you can scratch out of everything if you get this waiver. There's a waiver process that you have to do. I don't know if Cherry did that. I'm assuming he would. Otherwise, he would have just jogged around the track and gone. Or you could even false start. But it's literally it was listed as a DNS.
I think Dalilah Muhammad getting the waiver is a little bit of opening up Pandora's box for all these people to buy, because no one was trying to get this waiver. I mean, you know who should get the waiver? Christian Taylor, right? In the triple jump. You know, like he's coming off a major injury and he has to buy. So like I remember seeing athletes, you know, in the long jump, they would like, you know, just scratch 3 attempts on purpose.
Yeah.
But now that this waiver option is available, I think
here's what should happen.
People are going to start using it.
It should just be optional now. And I want to see these athletes compete, and I love it. But waiver just creates a ton of subjectivity, and it creates a ton of unnecessary paperwork and things that need to work on. If you want to run USAs, run USAs. If you don't want to, hey, you're the reigning world champion, you're the Diamond League champion, you get through.
Yeah.
I think having a waiver process just adds more confusion to this thing. Again, I'd like to see them compete, but as is, it's sort of, are you going to run through one jump and that counts as competing? It wasn't being fully utilized by these athletes.
I think they need to make everyone with a bye, if they want to use the waiver, they got to submit their waiver as like a PowerPoint presentation
and then
why they deserve to not run at the meet.
And it's partly like a reality show,
and
like Shark Tank kind of.
And if there's like a musical number in like the middle of it, of like
you get more points.
Yeah. You might get a second bye.
Yeah.
To like the next.
What's the chat saying? Is there anything going on in the chat?
Well, before we go to the chat, I want to talk about our picks, because
we're talking about the long jump.
We haven't talked about long jump, but let's talk about our picks. So, Colt, let's bring up our picks, our top 3 picks. It's not looking good for some of us. You know,
is that you?
And it's not looking good for you and me. I feel like it's not looking good for you.
It's early. I'm a second half picker.
You're second half picker. Okay, so let's look at what we have here for our picks. And zoom in so I can see
what is going on with your computer, folks. I'm looking at Gordon's computer. If this is what he sees all the time when he tries to do a podcast, there's no wonder his takes are so bad. He's got 40,000 things open. Okay. I got one window and I'm only focused on you guys out there. I just want you to know.
Okay, so let's run through
what happened at the Jamaican Championships. Sorry, go ahead.
We have to look at that. Okay, so we both picked Shakira Richardson.
Yeah, but everybody is going to pick her to make the team.
Yeah, even if we both failed there.
Yeah.
Brittany Brown and Tanisha Terry both made it.
I feel good. Yep.
Women's 400, Diggs, Simon, Felix.
Feel good.
We good on there?
Yeah, I feel good.
Okay, women's 400 hurdles. We both went McLaughlin and Wilson.
Yeah, we're good.
Tate and Cockrell both made it.
Yeah, I believe so.
I haven't double checked the results. Women's 800, we're good. Mo, Rogers, and Wilson all made it. Women's 15, St. Pierre, Johnson, McGee, and Norris all make it. So our big 3 all make it each. But Carissa Schweizer is in that. She's going to maybe screw up one of our picks because neither of us picked Carissa Schweizer to make the 1500. I think it's because we thought she wouldn't run it.
Right. Let me just say this. I'm a huge fan of doubles all the time. And I know Bowerman always gets flack for not racing, and we always critique people. Race more. I love this move.
Okay.
This is awesome.
Yeah.
Carissa Schweizer is running the 5,000 and the 1,500 over the course of 4 days. That's great. We should celebrate that. That's exciting.
You gonna have a little party?
I said, if you make all 3, what are you gonna do? And then she said 5 and the 10. I'm not gonna triple. And I'm like, oh, come on, let's get this.
No, if you make all 3, you sell one of them.
Yeah.
To the 4th place finisher, and the highest bidder wins.
You didn't put the long jumps.
We'll get to field. We'll get to field at the end. Men's 100, Romel, Curly, Coleman. We both have that. We're good. We're really good with the Curly winning though. We're probably wrong. Romel ain't winning. Curly's winning that race.
I don't know, man. It's too early. First round.
Guy ran 93.
Go back through history. Look at.
Go back through history.
You're
like a time machine?
Hold on, folks. You're being influenced. Did you tell them who you saw at the track yesterday?
No, I haven't done that.
Okay.
But,
You don't want to talk about that?
well, we can. But
Okay.
I said Curly's going to run 9:69 in the final.
Wait, before I got on the pod?
Yeah, before you got on the pod.
Guys,
That's a great take.
that's okay. Listen, man, I need to get here earlier. So, Gordon, did you explain how you left the meet early to start this on time, and then I
Yes.
had to stay? So I
Yeah.
apologize, folks, for having to sit through that. There's through history, there's a lot of people who are amazing. Curly's great. I'm not saying Curly's not great, but the semi is a better predictor because it's on the same
That's true.
day. But world lead, obviously, it's great. But
PB.
I'm still sticking with Bromell. I'm gonna stick with Bromell.
Okay.
You're
Well-
having Fred Curly tie the American record, and I'm sticking with him
Yeah.
behind Bromell.
I have
Bro-
Curly get in second in time. I mean, I think my.
How
pick
did
is
you
gonna
come
be
up with 969? Where did that come from?
It's a fun number.
Okay. Did the chat? Did they roast you on that? Did you
No,
see-
I don't know. I haven't been. There's so much in the chat going on. It's hard to keep my eyes on all the stuff that we've been talking about.
Okay.
So I haven't really been paying attention.
Okay.
But I probably should. All right. So, but go back to our picks. We're looking good in the 100, 400. Norman, Ross, and Allison. They all look fine, right?
If I'm remembering, Godwin finished ahead of Allison, but
Okay.
no big deal.
No big deal.
Yeah.
800, we're looking good.
Too early to call it.
1500, we're looking to get second.
Yeah. Who had that? Who didn't have Hawker in their top three? Did you think? So him coming back potentially coming back in the 5
He
is
might make the 5.
fascinating, but I just think something must be up, right?
Something must be.
That last 100 was strange.
And then, Steeple, I had Updike making the team, but he did the DNS. And
Yeah,
so picks are all right.
mine are better, but
I mean, come on. All right, let's talk a little bit about the field events.
yeah, I'm trying to pull those up.
I'm trying to
right
build the
here.
field events. So,
Women's long jump's weird because of the standard situation.
yes. But right now,
There's
Tara Davis scratched all 3 jumps. She's
Yeah.
like fail, fail, fail. Or not fail, but what do you call
No
it?
mark, no mark, no mark.
No mark, no mark, no mark.
Yeah.
That sounds like a song.
No
No mark.
Yeah.
And she might be going the worlds because only 2 other women have the standard.
Yeah.
She also has the standard. And, Quenisha Burks, who won, doesn't have it. You just go down the list. No one else has it except for Nichols and Moore.
Yeah.
So Tara Davis could qualify for worlds without a successful jump.
Yeah. World rankings stuff we need to look at. but
Yeah, we have to work on world rankings. I haven't checked it out. I'll probably figure that out tonight and then
Okay.
report back. But that was kind of interesting just seeing, Tara Davis not jump well and might make the team. Pretty wild.
Yeah.
Anything else in the throws? Women's hammer. Brooke Anderson won. Casanova.
Casanavoid. Second. Yeah.
Apologies. I'm not going to attempt to say this person's name. I'll just get in trouble.
Echikunwoke. She was third.
There you
and then Price is gonna go because she has the bye. So there's 4 there for the US. So yeah. Good hammer competition. I mean, it's pretty tight there.
And then men's discus, Andrew Evans, Dallin Shirts, and Sam Mattis. But
Mattis, our pick.
but Brian Williams, who had the standard, finishing 5th, he'll go because not a lot of people have the standard. These field events, there's not a lot of people with the standard, so it's not always just top 3 and you're in. It's a little chaotic. All right, what's up? Should go back to the chat.
Let me scroll through the chat.
Okay, you scroll. You're the chat. You're the chat king.
Someone says US Trials is trash like 2019. Well, that's a little too early.
Trash. Someone just ran 983. How's that trash?
There's been no running event finals. That's interesting. It looked like it was a kicker's race for Cole Hawkers, and he was way behind at the bell checking the splits. Yeah, but with 100 to go, I still thought he was going to make it. That one, there was a reaction where we were watching in the media area of like, whoa, what happened? Because when everybody thinks it's going to go one way and it goes, because you've seen that Cole Hawker kick enough times to know when it's supposed to be there and it's not, it's very, very surprising.
I think I said for both Hawker and Shakira, you can vouch. I did say, wouldn't it be funny if Shakira false starts? I think I said that before she didn't qualify.
I don't think you didn't use the word funny. You just said that would be like insane.
It would be insane, because everyone is expecting it. And I think I said the same thing about Hawker. What if he doesn't make it?
Yeah.
I think I said both of those things.
Yeah. Patrick says, could Cole Hawker's problems be a lack of racing? Last year in college, he raced far more frequently. I don't know. He came in looking pretty sharp. He didn't stop after. He didn't talk. So we have no way of knowing. Maybe he'll post something later on, and we'll find out.
Okay,
Cade Flat, he is for sure breaking the high school record. Yeah, that kid is confident. Watch the interview if you haven't, or watch any interview of Cade Flat. It's incredible. Like he is, he's a confident guy. So
I got Jamaican Trials results.
Okay, go ahead. Are these finals?
No, first round.
Oh, women. I see it right here. Shelly-Ann Fraser-Price, 1070. Okay. You just got scooped by the chat. Wow, Gordon, some kind of journalist. Look, where's your credential? It got revoked. We're giving your credential to sorry, it's out of the chat here.
But dude, 1070. Shelly-Ann.
Janelle, come get your credential from Gordon. You did a better job. Who's second? Williams, Morrison?
No, Kemba Nelson.
Oh,
ran 1098.
Okay.
She won her heat, and then Elaine Thompson-Raw won her heat in 11:06.
And then didn't run the final.
Well, no, this is just the first round today.
Wait, the first round she ran 1070?
Yeah.
Do you think she could run 969 in the final?
No, 1069.
No, definitely.
Gee, no, she can run
wind
legal. Everything's legal in Jamaica.
Woo!
See what I did there? That's incredible. But like Shelly-Ann 1070. I said she's the world favorite now. I think I still believe that. Elaine Thompson-Raw, I think she might get beat.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Now everybody's talking about 1070. She needs to calm down. That's crazy. Crazy.
You ready for the update on our Oblique Seville versus Akeem Blake?
Oh, that I am waiting for. Let's see if someone can scoop you again.
Okay. Johan Blake ran 993.
Wow. When's the last time he ran 993?
0.7 wind. Oblique Seville 998.
Okay.
Akeem Blake 1001. I mean, come on. You can cheer over 0.03.
Hey.
Akeem Blake is cruising. He's doing it on purpose.
Wait, were they all in separate heats?
They're all in separate.
Okay, but 993 for Blake. Johan. That's pretty good.
I did say I do get a little bit of Johan Blake on my team.
No, you only
get the same last name. No. They're brothers.
I'm still trying to find my Calabar t-shirt. I'm going to go look around in Eugene to see if they have a Calabar t-shirt.
But yeah, good first round for the sprinters over out in Jamaica.
Wait, did Sharika Jackson run the 100?
Let me check. Yeah, she ran 1099.
Okay.
Dude,
this is all first round. We're getting really excited about first round stuff. Fraser-Price running 1070 is nuts.
What's more nuts? Fraser-Price running 1070 or Fred Curley running
Fraser-Price running 1070?
983. No.
Fraser-Price running 1070 is more nuts.
That's not true.
Yeah.
983.
Look, I don't know. See, this is not having my laptop's kind of liberating because I don't have to Google it and look where it sits all the time. I feel like 1070 is.
Maybe you're right.
Well, it's 0.0. Well, her worldly was 1067. What did she run in Lausanne last year? Someone help me out. 1063? Is that right?
I don't know. Let's check out the.
Are we just going to read results?
Men's 800 at Jamaica. Navarsky. Not for Navarsky. Navasky.
Yeah.
Anderson won his heat. But yeah, anyway. Jamaica Trials. Okay, so women's Jamaica Trials. It's definitely looking pretty good. Men's Jamaica Trials, it's fine, but I mean, it's no comparison to the U.S. Trials.
Right, but that's good for them. Like those times, 990 for first round.
It's kind of sad that you're saying it's good for them.
I'm
like
on record.
Everybody knows. This is the country that produced Usain Bolt, and you're like impressed with 2 guys running sub 10 or 3 guys.
Look at the numbers. I'm a numbers guy. Look at how they've been recently. This is big. That's a solid. If they could get 2 guys sub 990 in the final, that'd be huge based on past performances. Now, hopefully, Seville will be the one leading the pack there. So I win my bet and get to go to Jamaica.
You know, it'd be great. All right, I'm gonna get the Jamaica chat. You can route up. So, what did Shakira run today? 11:31.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. That sounds right. Yeah.
She would have made the semifinals in Jamaica.
Really? What happened? Wait. Oh, okay. I thought you about the men's race. I was like, what?
Yeah. Took 11:49 to make the semifinals in Jamaica. Shakira's good enough to make the Jamaican semifinals.
Well, I think we all understand that it's deeper. The country is so much bigger. That race was so weird, man.
What?
That race, it just was so strange. That race and the Kohaka race were just so unexpected. Because you go in, you think of all the possibilities, and she had been running so well, so consistent. That's part of the reason why I picked her. It's like, hey, she's just been solid. Yeah, she got second, but who cares? Like, she was just knocking out good time after good time. And again, she didn't talk, so we don't know what's what's going on. But yeah, and then we'll see if she runs the 200. But all right, this person keeps asking the same question. Will Nike reduce Shakira's contract, failing to make the 3 U.S. teams in a row? No,
they're going to increase it.
Yeah, no,
increase it.
Not a chance.
She's like the inverse of the typical track athlete. She gets more popular the worse she does. Normally it's the other way around. The better you get more popular. But fame goes up.
Why was Gordon so upset that Shakira didn't talk to the press, but not upset at Cole Hawker?
I was.
He was upset at Cole.
I tweeted it out.
Yeah, you're upset at both.
I was equally upset.
Yeah,
I gave them equal upsetness. I just didn't talk about it in the.
In the pod you talked about.
I didn't talk about Cole. Yeah, maybe. I mean, Shakira is just a bigger name than Cole Hawker.
Well, people are going to pay more attention.
I'm also upset Fred Curley didn't talk to me. I tried to get him to talk to me, and he's like, no. We didn't even say that. He just ignored me. I was like, how's it feel to run a world lead? And he just walked right by me.
Well, yeah.
Fred Curley doesn't like
You can tell when, you won't talk to anybody, but you can tell as soon as someone enters the interview area if they're going to stop or not.
Talk mode, yeah.
The way they're going to do it. Yeah, it would be great to hear because, there's the video right there. Man, good job, Colt. It would be great if they spoke, but the thing about track meet is there's a whole bunch of other athletes there, and the majority of them are willing to talk, so you just talk to those ones, and that's interesting too. But I mean, by the end of the meet, there'll be so many other stories that supplant this. This is all about upsets. The first day, and there was no running event finals because usually the 10,000 is there. Usually we have at least one final to talk about, but this is all prelims, and prelims are all about who doesn't make it. That's always the story because, Bryce Hoppel gets through easily. Like you can't really talk. There's nothing there. Like Allison Felix advances, Michael Norman advances. The story is always who doesn't, right? Where does this go off script?
All right. I got a quiz for you. We're going to end the pod with a quiz.
Okay.
I wrote it down on my notes.
Okay.
Right here. Rapid fire questions. Man, gun to your head.
This chat is crazy, man. There's a lot of people into track.
Gun to your head.
Impressed.
Gun to your head. You got to answer these questions.
Okay.
First question. 2-part question. Does Shakira run the 200? Does she make the 200 final?
Well, if I answer no to the first
then you can say not applicable.
Okay, so
gun to your head. I'm about to pull this trigger.
You didn't say a time limit.
Okay,
you just said
you're trusting me.
My immediate reaction was no.
Okay, but you're changing your mind now.
But because I'm wrong about everything all the time now, which seems to be a trend, I'm gonna say yes, and I think yes, she'll make the final. Okay. I'm just doing a total 180.
I think she'll run, and I think she'll make the final. I agree. Cole Hawker, over under 4.5 place in the 5K.
Over.
Okay.
On that, yeah.
You don't think he's going to be?
It's a 4-day meet. It's really hard to change directions that quickly. Okay. Like we've seen it where someone misses the team in the 800 in the trials, and they come back and they make it in the 15. But that's a much longer meet, and that's when they barely miss. This was getting out of the round. It's not as if he got to the final of the 15 and got 5th. This was supposed to be the easy part. So I'm guessing we're going to find out that there's some sort of issue there.
All right, new gun to the head. Winning time of the men's 100 at USS. Just reading the chat.
I mean, the chat is entertaining.
We love you, chat. Thanks for tuning in with us. This is making this day fun.
You don't even need me. I would just, if I was doing this, I would be like, lock the door and
just live stream the chat.
Yeah.
Winning time of the men's 100. It's tomorrow. Winning time.
Is it?
Yeah.
Men or women?
Men.
85. 985. Yeah.
It's gonna be 10. It's gonna be 969, bro.
I'm buying the dip, man.
It's gonna be 969.
What about women? 80.
1082.
Do you think? Yeah. Is Hobbs just like the clear favorite?
Yeah,
now?
Hobbs is gonna.
Yeah.
Destroy,
what a story, man! After the DQ and stuff last year and all that'd be a crazy story.
Okay, last question.
Hold on, I'm reading the chat again. Abigail says, before I thought she might run, but I'm leaning towards no now that we know what happened in the 100. Yeah, I don't. Again, my first inclination was this would be it for her, but she's unpredictable. So I want to see her. It'd be great. I mean, wouldn't that be an insane comeback story too? Like if she somehow, because that's a very, very, very hard team to make. Women's 200 team.
Yeah. Crystal Maniac said 9:21 for the winning time. I don't think that's gonna happen.
Is that a typo there? Let's see, 972, 975, 987, 921, 968, 996. I think you influence people.
David Edward Tolson, 969. New American record is a lock. He's half right. It's not going to be 960. No.
Yeah. Oblique Seville, 960. He should get a waiver to be able to compete at USA's just because. There should be an Oblique Seville, Akeem Blake. They should fly him directly from Kingston to Eugene to race.
We should have the Jamaican trials and the U.S. trials in one location. Hold it in Philadelphia.
Or alternate.
Or go back and forth, like home and away.
Yeah.
They got home jerseys and away jerseys. That'll be fun.
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
We can make that happen, man.
Is this working? Can Colt hear me well?
I don't know.
Can the chat hear you?
We hope you guys can hear us. We're having a great time. My final question. What are you looking forward to now? Like, now that you had like all these rounds happen, we got more rounds tomorrow and other events. We still have the 200s.
Love myself some rounds.
We still have the Jamaican 100-meter finals, 200s going on. Like, what are you looking forward to now that you've seen some of the stories develop?
Men's 100 certainly is up there. You throwing the 969 out there is interesting. Right. So there's only 2 finals tomorrow, running events, the hundreds. That's it. Schweizer's attempt, I'm interested in seeing. The men's 800 being so chaotic. It's just kind of ridiculous. I think Mo looked really smooth. I think the women's 400 hurdles is not like, unless Sydney does something crazy, but like without Muhammad there, some of the shine comes off that event. So I'd say men's 100 and Schweizer are things that before today I would have not necessarily said, oh, that's like a cool storyline, and now it is. And Devin Allen versus Grant Holloway. But that's not a today thing.
That's not today. All right. Chat, we appreciate you. Thanks for listening. We're going to go live again. Gordon solo. You'll come busting in like the Kool-Aid man.
If this worked, I'll do this. So here's what happened. Can I tell them what happened? Could you do a little behind the scenes?
Behind the scenes.
All right. So the plan was I was going to record from the stadium because I was going to be there because I had to get the last round of interviews because people wouldn't know this, but it takes a while sometimes for people to come through. And if, Michael Norman or whoever's in that last heat, you want to make sure you get the interview. But sometimes it takes 30 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour. Yeah. So I was like, hey, Gordon, start the pod, and then I'll record in the stadium. But guess what's going on right now in the stadium? The U20 men's and women's 5,000 meter races. So it's like, I can't, the stadium, there's still people there. There's a PA system. There's no way to record it. So as soon as I found that out, because the U20 schedule is not on the same page as the other schedule, and I knew they were running, but I thought that there was, I didn't know if it was tonight. So there was 2 different schedules. And I was like, wait a minute, this is not going to work. Once the 400 ended, they cut to the track and there's a bunch of people lined up to run 5,000. I said, I better get over to Gordon's Airbnb.
We're up. So we are up to what now? 4. I've had 4 people come up to me at this track meet and tell me that.
Oh, you want to talk about that?
They're upset with my opinions of either them or their athlete.
Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, you can criticize the way someone explains their pick, right? Or the way they frame their pick. But the art of the pick, merely having a pick, seems to engender strong emotions in people, which is very interesting because I just don't. And it's the one I saw today. I witnessed one today is very good natured.
Yes,
it was fun. I don't know how the other ones were. I mean, no one was screaming at you, but great. So David is a great pod. Thank you. I like the positive affirmation.
Appreciate the positive.
Someone said we didn't talk about Allison. Did you not talk about Allison Felix?
Felix, I have not.
Oh, okay.
Well, we can wait till tomorrow to talk about it. I mean, it was a very formality type race for her.
Yeah.
Interview was quick.
66 seconds.
She looked fine in the first round. I mean, we'll get a little more information from her after the semis. But she did kind of say,
it's the way Gordon sounds. He's right. Tommy, you're right.
She did kind of sound like she isn't as into it right now.
So I asked her, hey, did you think at the beginning of the year you'd have a chance to make a team? And she's like, yeah, like physically I thought it was there. It's just like whether mentally could I do it? And I get that because she's been at this a really long time.
What else does she have to do?
Well,
Like,
a lot of things. But I'm saying just all the mental, like, it's got to feel urgent in order to make a team. In order to be top 3 in the U.S. in the women's 400, it's got to be front of mind. It's got to be a focus. Because if you're off even by a little bit, there's so many people that are ready to take your spot. And so I just thought that was an interesting answer because there was a quote in an NBC article yesterday about how she said she didn't know if she'd take the individual spot. I didn't get a chance to ask her about that. My guess is she would. I think maybe they were just like still unsure at the time because she said she wants to run a relay. But I just think it's taking a lot of mental like energy to get through this last season because if you're off by a little bit, you can jump back from 3rd to 6th. But watching this, I feel even stronger she can make the team.
You know what? I think she is gonna finish top 3. She might even win, but like I could see her just saying, "I don't want to do individual events at Worlds. I just want to be on the 4x4."
Yeah,
and like not, because
have to like worry about it.
You can. She's not gonna win global gold. Like she's not gonna win the world title.
I think that's part of it. I don't know.
So,
but like she could medal. Well, she medaled last year.
I don't think she's. I mean, maybe she could, but she's not gonna win, right? She's not going to win World Outdoors in the 400, but she could end her career with the victory of winning the women's 4x4. That's like a good way to end it. Like end it with a gold as opposed to ending it with.
Well, she could do both.
4th place or 3rd.
She could do both. Yeah, track nerds like us. How many individual teams did you make?
Yeah.
But the majority of people who follow Allyson Felix's career are really honed in on those Olympics, and she went out the bronze medal and then went and got 4x4 gold. And for them, that was a perfect ending. And maybe to her, one more individual team. Okay. Or one more making a final. To us, who like, because you go and you look back at it and go 07 to 2022 and she made all these finals. That's incredible. That's something that may never be duplicated again. But maybe that's just, you're right. Maybe that's not where she's at because she's been there, done that with all of it. But it's just interesting the way the season broke, where we started from the beginning of she's just going to run a couple races for fun and then have a farewell tour to she's top 6 in the world, 7 in the world. I mean, you could talk me into her making it happen and getting a bronze medal, but
Well, Paulino and Miller Wavo are just
but also the 400 is just a ridiculously strenuous event to train for and to race. I know you could say that about a lot of events, but the 400 in particular, it's not. You're not cruising through that thing. David says stay on for another hour and cover the NBA draft, please.
Oh,
Colt's gonna have to go soon, but I don't have headphones on.
Has there been a trade?
Colt can't be like, wrap it up.
I need to check. But yeah, we're gonna wrap this up now, guys. Thanks for listening. Thanks for tuning in. We really appreciate.
Did Caitlin Tui run the 1500? No, I'm gonna stay on and answer every question.
We appreciate the chat. We're starting to get some spam in the chat.
How do you ban this? How do you do this?
Know.
Boom. Remove.
That's gonna take too long. You're not.
I'm gonna do every single one.
No,
remove.
People are gonna watch us remove spam the chat. Doesn't matter, guys. Thanks for listening. We're gonna go live after tomorrow.
All the spam removed by then,
and we'll have another podcast. And thanks for tuning in. React to all the crazy things. And here's to another great championship. I'm trying to end the pod. I don't know.
You're really smooth at this.
Hang on. We're out. We're heading.